Hey, this is Rona. Oh, here we go. Now, this is Rona. I'm so excited for tonight for our Team AromaVibe class. I will remind everyone we're not doctors. We cannot diagnose or treat. We are here as educators, and we're so excited about tonight's class. Also, I'm excited. I get to be in person with my sister. I am in Southern Utah right now. So if y'all want to come down to Hurricane and visit me, I'll be here for the next week and a half.
Perfect.
And I'm so excited to be here with Leanne Mason. Leanne, introduce yourself.
So I am Leanne Mason, and because, as you guys can tell, Ronay is on her phone and is having slight internet connection issues. She keeps a little bit going in and out. So I will be doing the majority of the teaching so that we don't lose Ronay. How about that?
That sounds great.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Again, this is foundational wellness. And so go ahead and unmute. And so I want this part to be a little bit interactive. When we say foundational wellness, what does that look like, or what do you think of?
Your core, the basics of you being well.
Perfect. Anybody else?
The first block for the building blocks.
Yes, the first blocks of the building blocks. So when we're talking about the building blocks, what we're talking about is doTERRA has a foundational wellness pyramid, right? So let's move to that screen. Technology is going to work perfectly. We're going to move to that screen. You guys, it's going to be a good day. Okay, so the pyramid is that
just so you know, what we're seeing is we're seeing part of the pyramid, and we're seeing the next slide with the notes.
Okay, we're going to stop sharing and try this again. It's all fun, right? It's all good. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Woot. Okay, doTERRA offers many ways to support our wellness journey. And the first way is we talk about foundational wellness. And foundational wellness is this bottom tier, because our foundation is what we build everything on. So foundational wellness is our nutrition and our digestion. And doTERRA has great nutrition products. And I love that they have added the majority of them into one quick and easy option. And that is the VMG, which is this very first box that you see, comes in these little sachets, what do they call them, Ronay? Little packets.
Sachets.
Sachets, there we go.
Or packets.
Or packets. Now, to complete that, they recommend adding in the omegas. And so that's the E-omegas, and then a good probiotic. Additionally, it's super important to add in Terrazyme, which is our digestive enzymes. Our food is no longer nutrient dense in the digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes are formed while the fruits and vegetables are ripening on the vine. And as you guys know, unless you are growing them at home, our fruits and vegetables are no longer ripened on the vine. So they lose a lot of those digestive enzymes. So in addition, for the cellular health, one of the key items is DDR prime. Now, DDR prime is our cellular support blend. It stands for DNA. Oh, Ronay, help me with it. It's
DNA damage repair.
There we go. Thank you. So DNA damage repair. And this is a soft gel that is recommended. And they also recommend the frankincense.
Before we talk about frankincense,
yeah,
if we can talk about the DNA damage repair, DDR prime. What it does, it helps with apoptosis. Apoptosis is cellular death. It helps to kill off unhealthy cells and only allows healthy cells to regenerate.
So
It's really cool.
it is super really cool. And I think, I don't know if that is on my other slide or not, but we're going to go into
Oh,
each
sorry.
of these products. You're good. In just a little bit more depth. So when it comes
got
to cellular support, how VMG supports us is that it enhances the cellular integrity by neutralizing oxidative stress and maintains healthy membranes. So this is all, guys, I am not a scientist, but I loved learning all of this stuff. It is super like nerdy. So if Joy and Mary or anyone watching the replay, if you want this actual slide deck so you can go through and read all of the scientific stuff, I am happy to send you the PowerPoint so that you can read all the details, because we're going to give you just the basics. I'm not going to go through every single slide, like every single detail on the slide, because it is very scientific, but it helps the key nutrients in VMG help support the cellular membrane stability, which is super important for optimal life cycles of the cells, right? So as you break down some of the nutrients that are in the VMG Plus, it gives us even more of what this does. And you guys, again, I can't even say half of these words. So
You can also take a screenshot
that is true. You can take a screenshot.
because I can't say most of these words either.
I know, I was like, okay, we're gonna fake it because these words are scientific names, right? And they are nutrients that are needed for proper cell function. But I was like, woo, I'm not even gonna fake it till I make it on these ones. So
Well,
the first one
if you
is
can't
an
say the
amino
name,
acid.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you can't say the name, just look at the function and how it impacts the cells. It's so cool.
Right. So the first one is an amino acid. Now, amino acids are protein chains in our bodies that come from foods, right? And its role is protein synthesis. And so the impact is it supports detoxification. So it helps protect cells from the oxidative stress and maintain the structure of the protein within the cell. And so, again, super cool, right? This is just in the VMG Plus product. So then the next one is from sugar beets, and it provides methyl, which is necessary for methylation, which is a biochemical process that takes place in the body and supports the DNA integrity and maintains healthy gene expression, which then it also helps in repairing the damage. The next one is rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, which then enhances the immune response in our cells, neutralizing those free radicals. So again, these are just super cool. The next one then is, again, I can't even say the functions, guys. I'm like,
It's the precursor to glutathione. Glutathione is so important. It helps you produce happy hormones in your body.
perfect. And that improves detoxification and defends against the oxidative stress, again, maintaining those healthy cell functions. The next one I know how to say, it is broccoli seed extract. This is our greens too, you guys. It contains okay, let's see that.
Sulforaphane.
Yeah. Again, a detoxification enzyme. Guys, when I was there, I was listening to them like share this information. I'm like, yep, these guys, it was a nurse practitioner. Yep, she's a science-based, right? Scientist. And she wasn't even looking at the slides. She was just tossing this out there. And I'm like, Yep. So if you're ever able to go to a foundational wellness done by doTERRA, they know how to say all the words and it's totally fine.
They're not as we are though.
They're just not as entertaining. You're right. And Renee was robotic, so I'm not exactly sure what she said. Now, coenzyme Q10 in the beauty industry, that is a buzzword in a lot of facial products, right? In skincare. It is it gives energy to the mitochondria, and it enhances the cellular energy and reduces oxidative damage. What's something we're hearing a lot with cells? The oxidative damage, right? So then the next is apple fruit powder, which is rich in polyphenols. And quercetin. I'm not even sure I said that right, but that's all right. Reducing oxidative stress, supporting DNA repair. So already we have seen many items in the VMG that also help with cellular repair. Now, our cells go through a 90-day cycle. So anytime you are starting foundational wellness, you truly have to give it the full 90-day cycle to start seeing some of this stuff actually making a huge difference. I love that doTERRA gives a 30-day money back guarantee if you start using it and you don't like it. But I'm like, we're kind of missing the boat there because we have 90-day cell cycles and it's going to take time for some of these things to start taking place in our body as we use them. So I started using this product in September, and truly I am seeing some difference in my skin. I am seeing difference in my energy throughout the day. And I love the LLB product, which is our lifelong vitality vitamin. But this is easier. It's once a day versus twice a day. And the benefits are huge. The next one is pomegranate fruit extract. It, again, antioxidants, right, which reduce oxidative stress. Again, it protects the mitochondria and promotes a healthy cell cycle. Next, again, you guys, I love turmeric. Turmeric extract, which contains the curcumins. Now, if you've been to some of our other classes before, Renee and I talk about our turmeric dual caps. The reason for that is it contains the turmerones from the oil and the curcumins from the solid, making it more bioavailable when you have both of them. So this has the curcumins, which is super beneficial for cell resiliency and healthy gene expression, but it also has that anti-inflammatory benefit, which paired with the turmeric oil then magnifies that anti-inflammatory property in the turmeric. Grapeseed extract, which is super powerful antioxidant. And it strengthens the blood vessels and protects the cellular membrane from damage from the free radicals in our body, right? You guys, free radicals are everywhere because of our environment. They're in our skincare if you're not using natural skincare. They're like, we look at when we go places that aren't at home. I have a child who cannot use the soaps that are at places because of all the chemicals and all the junk that are in them. So be aware, carry your own hand sanitizer, your own wipes that you know what are in them. Okay. Now I always mess this one up, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Ginkgo biloba. It improves our circulation and provides neuroprotective effects. So our bodies have a lot of neurological cells, right? Now, I know there's a lot of places that sell this on its own, right? For the benefits, and it is in our VMG plus. It increases nutrients and oxygen delivery to each of our cells, which is super important to enhancing our cellular function and longevity. Ginger root extract, which is super important with antioxidant properties, protects the cells and promotes healthy cellular metabolism. You guys, can you see all of the things? And we're not done yet. There's 4 more properties, which these ones come from choke cherries, and it contains the powerful antioxidants. There's a reason they put all of these things in our VMG plus. And as you see over and over again, it enhances and protects, and all of them are super incredible. Then there's pine bark extract, which is a polyphenol, and it enhances the oxidant capacity and protects the cells from our environmental toxins, which again, we need so much more nowadays, right? Then there's grape skin extract. So we've seen there's the seed extract, there's also the skin extract, which contains, and I always forget how to pronounce this one as well, resveratrol. Yeah, you guys, the words are great. Resveratrol. And promotes healthy aging by protecting our DNA and enhancing the mitochondrial function. Then there's dandelion plant extract, known for the detoxification properties, and it also helps remove cellular waste, protecting the liver cells and our overall healthy cells. So I super, like, that's 16 different things that promote healthy cellular function in the VMG. And I love that.
Well,
Next.
and this was just focusing on the cellular functions. There's so
not
many
anything
more
else.
things. Yeah, they didn't talk about, because remember, we've covered VMG with digestive health or immune support. I can't remember which one.
Immune support, digestive health was in February. Yep.
Right. But sometimes you might think, why are we going over VMG plus again? Because we're showing how it works this way and how it works this way and how it works this way. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. So VMG plus, or sorry, E omega plus helps on a cellular level because the cell membrane integrity is dependent on our fatty acids, and omega fatty acids strengthen those cell membranes and assure that the cells are efficiently exchanging nutrients and waste. So it allows things to move through that cellular wall properly. Omegas are known for reducing inflammation in the body at the cellular level and protecting the cellular aging so that the cells go through their proper 90-day cycle. It also supports that oxidative stress. The combination of the omega-3s and the limonene that comes from that wild orange that's in there reduces the impact of free radicals on the cells. So the other thing is it improves the heart health and energy. DHA supports healthy heart cells and the mitochondria, and the limonene helps improve our cholesterol metabolism and our cardiovascular function, which ensures that cells receive adequate supplies of that oxygen and nutrients. So again, super cool. What's the impact? Well, that impact is cellular membrane fluidity, kind of like I talked about, that it's flexible and strengthened at the same time and allows that communication. It protects against the oxidative stress, anti-inflammatory, and the heart health. So all of those exact same things we just kind of talked about. Now, the wild orange is 95% limonene. Now, that chemical constituent is a powerful antioxidant, supporting our bodies through detoxification and also reducing oxidative stress. Now, I think you guys have heard us say this before. When you are overwhelmed by stress, one of the quickest ways to kind of calm that down is a drop of wild orange and a drop of a mint oil, and rub them together and breathe that in. That is because of the way it supports our bodies in reducing that stress. So taken internally with this formula of omegas also helps do the exact same thing that happens to your overall body, to your individual cells, which is super cool to me. Also, limonene has been shown to support healthy cholesterol levels by promoting healthy lipid metabolism and reducing the oxidation of the LDL cholesterol, which contributes to the arterial health. Oxidation control, by reducing the oxidative stress, the limonene prevents the formation of free radicals in our body, because our bodies naturally produce free radicals as well. And it can, which those free radicals can then damage the cell in our DNA and in the membranes itself. So again, more about the inflammatory response is that it helps at a cellular level by preserving our tissue health. So the cells create our tissues, which then create everything else, right? Our cells are our basic molecules in our body. Wild orange also promotes mitochondria function, which gives us better energy. Who doesn't need more energy? Because I know I do. Okay, next, how does PB support our cellular health? Again, I'm just going to go over these super quick. Healthy inflammatory response, detoxification, optimization of our nutrients in our body, and improves mitochondrial function. Now, when we talk about mitochondrial function, that is healthy metabolites from from the probiotics and the prebiotics and probiotics, and it supports proper mitochondrial function, which is essential for the energy production of the cells. Like, all of our cells have their own function, but if they don't have the right food source, it slows down that function. So 18 billion CFUs and 24 active cultures from 22 species of pre and post and probiotics, which is one of the highest levels out there coming from quality sources. It allows for proper nutrient absorption. Healthy bacteria improves digestion. And those two things are key for our optimal cellular function. Probiotics help the immune response, reducing the strains that damage the cells. And it helps our gut-brain connection. Guys, our gut-brain connection is so important. I did a training once, and I can't remember it for sure, but they talk about that you have 3 brains, right? Your stomach, your heart, and your brain. So it's important for the brains to all, I have no idea what just happened between Ronay and Dana, but it threw my brain off.
I went backwards from where you did it. I was like, brain, heart, stomach. You went the other way. It
all works together, and it's all key. And it's not something we always talk about, is the gut-brain connection and the heart-brain connection. But it's super important to understand that because our gut can affect our mood. If our guts are not working properly, it can affect our emotions, which then affects our heart. So they all work together. And so having proper probiotics is super key to help keeping that gut microbiome healthy, and the neurotransmission and the neurotransmitters like serotonin working properly to support our nervous system. And that was something I didn't understand before. So prebiotics are the fibers that nourish and promote healthy growth of the beneficial bacteria. So we have to have good bacteria for proper digestion. And one of the things that quickly throws off our microbiome is our nutrition. And anytime we're putting antibiotics in our body. Unfortunately, we overuse antibiotics in the United States. So do your little bit of research, make sure that you are using extra support of pre and probiotics anytime you need to be on an antibiotic, because unfortunately we have seen what can happen to the microbiome, and it takes a really long time to repair if it gets too far gone. So it also helps with toxin elimination. A balanced microbiome reduces the harmful bacteria and prevents toxic buildup, which can impair the cellular function. And it also, the PBS restore enhances nutrient production, meaning that healthy bacteria in your body. So super important there. And I am not even going to try and say this next word. Renee, you want to give it a shot?
Bacteriophages.
Thank you.
We were
my
trying to pronounce the one before.
My dyslexia was like, I'm not happening.
Yeah, bacteriophages.
So, those are viruses that selectively target harmful bacteria without disturbing the beneficial ones. It's like they know exactly what they need to go gobble up, if that makes sense. That was like, it was my like, oh, that makes sense. That is what gobbles up the bad stuff in, and that our probiotic provides that. And that helps eliminate those unhealthy bacteria, restores balance to the microbiome, and helps reduce our toxic load. So the postbiotics, which we don't often talk about, right? Those are bioactive compounds from the healthy bacteria that are metabolites and produce the beneficial bacteria in our body. It includes the there's the dyslexia. SCFAs, which I'm not exactly sure what those are, the enzymes and the peptides, which have direct health benefits to our body. And it helps with our cell signals and the gene expression, which is super important, supports the gut lining integrity, and it, again, helps regulate that immune system. So this was the presentation that PJ Hanks, and she is a nurse practitioner. So she is amazing, and she shared information also kind of over my head, but awesome, awesome, awesome. But I was like, oh, the pictures help. So here you go. This is what an unhealthy cell looks like and what a healthy cell looks like. So cells are the foundation of all living things. Their growth, replication, and death provides information for the function of each and every part of the body's systems and parts. So as we age, cellular function progressively digresses and degrades over time, meaning that our cells, we have more unhealthy cells than healthy cells if we are not taking care of ourselves. This process can be expedited by poor nutrition, lack of exercise, too much stress, overexposure to toxins, and any other lifestyle habit. When she was, those things that aren't really great for us. Overusing any substance, alcohol, tobacco, any of those things, then we're introducing those toxins into our body through those lifestyle habits. So when cellular function is compromised, our normal processes of that cellular growth and regeneration is altered and negatively impacted. So that 90-day cycle gets disrupted. Go ahead, Rone.
I just want to interject that sometimes things that we think we're doing well are also causing some of this unhealthy cells using toxic cleaning products. So we think we're using all the stuff to get the bacteria out of our house. And I'm not talking about doTERRA products. I'm talking about Dawn dish detergent. What's the Cascade? Bleach. Different chemicals affect our cells very strongly. So we want to make sure that we're using proper cleaning products to help our cells be healthy as well. You were talking about
Yep.
Am I making sense or am I
Yep.
breaking up?
No, you're good. Yeah.
Cool.
Now, I also want do your research because there's different levels, right? Small amounts of bleach to support sanitation. But if it's overused, and certain things are better, use vinegar. Use things that are actually we are okay with in our body because our body knows what to do with it, right? To sanitize and clean. Use lemon essential oil is super good, and lemon juice for cleaning. Again, if you can ingest it, probably not going to do harm overall to your body, right? So other things that can damage that are our environmental changes, right? Unfortunately, some of us live in those industrial areas where just our air quality affects our proper cellular function. So we want to be able to support our bodies the best we can. Okay, this is just kind of a representation of what can happen, right? So proper soil, creating the proper environment by ourselves or not. Are we this healthy soil and it's green and thriving, or are we dead inside? That's kind of like, that's my own interpretation. I can't remember the way that PJ said it, and it's not in the notes, but I liked, are we alive and thriving, or are we dead inside? So again, here's just a really super scientific-y chart of cellular function, right? And if you look at it, are you aware, eyes wide open to what you are doing? If you look at the right side of the chart, right? Are you aware or are you unaware? Do you know how your cells are working in your body systems, in your organs, your general cellular expression, your gene expression, and your DNA? I've never looked at that kind of stuff. I mean, we do blood work to look at things, right? They're not looking at our bodies at a cellular level as well. But how you know how you're doing is your energy, your vitality, and where you stand on the overall wellness. So again, we're going to look at this wellness pyramid, right? Where are your building blocks? Do you have that foundational wellness to support your overall health? So I love this. They did a comparison. that there's the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? And the wellness pyramid is similar to that. Nutrition and digestion is the foundation of our lifestyle pyramid. Then we build from that into our movement and our metabolism. And each piece of these pyramid need to be working to be able to have this stacked effect. And we often like to call it habit stacking, right? So work on one thing. If you can only work on one thing, work on improving your nutrition and your digestive health. And then stack on a new habit of movement and metabolism. And then stack on the habit of proper rest management. And then you just kind of keep going up the pyramid, right? If our lifestyle is not a priority, then we are creating a foundation of unwellness. So I kind of like love this visual of the Jenga, falling apart, right? And too often we are living in reverse order. Proactive medical care first. Let's go get the doctor to fix it. If we pay very little attention to our lifestyle and be more focused on our medical care, we are not in control. And I think we've all seen someone in our life, or even have had this experience in our life, where we are imbalanced and it's time to wake up. So there has been a lot of preclinical research about the mechanisms and properties of frankincense. And I love that they recently introduced it in a capsule. Now, the reason for the capsule is because during the distillation process, the boswellic acid is so heavy that it doesn't distill. It's on the bottom. But we need that to bring in additional beneficial properties of frankincense to support that healthy function in our body. So, super exciting. The new frankincense dual cap, or they consider it a dual cap, Renee? It has the little beads in it, so I think it's considered a dual cap. Helps us better cope with stress, supports a healthy immune function, has cleansing properties, which include cleansing the lungs, supports healthy inflammatory response, improves the look of our skin, healthy cellular function like the life cycle we talked about of the 90-day cycle, and is an antioxidant. These are the chemical constituents of frankincense. It comes from 4 species of Boswellia trees, making it a perfect chemical compound that has the highest therapeutic benefit. That's why it's considered the king of all oils. It is amazing. It is also one of the oils that is in DDR prime. So adding frankincense oil or the frankincense supplement into your regimen is going to support that cellular health. So just a little bit more about the boswellic acid complex. This is a revolutionary product. No one else on the market has anything like this. They've done case studies and preclinical research. There's more being done, but it's super healthy for our joints and overall inflammation in the body. So this is what that capsule looks like right here. Super cool.
So it's not technically a duo cap where there's 2 capsules, but they have the 2 types of frankincense in there, so I would still consider it a duo cap.
Yeah. All right, DDR prime. Here are the oils in DDR prime. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oils that make up DDR prime. Specifically, like we talked about before, it is DNA damage repair. It provides the benefits that our bodies need to support proper healthy cellular function. So, frankincense promotes healthy response to free radicals. Orange supports healthy cellular response. The litsi has been known to help cognitive function. Thyme promotes immune support. Guys, I don't know if you've heard us talk about thyme oil, but it can combat that prickly little virus because it supports proper immune and cellular health. Super powerful. Clove is a powerful antioxidant. Summer savory supports healthy response to oxidative stress. And Niuli supports healthy cellular immunity. And lemongrass protects us against environmental threats. Like DDR prime is a powerhouse blend. Here's some of the chemical constituents that come out of each of these oils. That's for our chemical people, our chemists. If Kyle was here teaching with us, she's really good at the chemistry part. Super important. doTERRA's chemists know what they're doing as they are creating blends. And they continue to test and improve. So overall, we've talked about all of these before, but supports healthy cellular integrity, protects the body's cells from oxidative stress, promotes overall health, cellular health, promoting healthy brain and nervous system, and aids in a healthy immune response. Again, all of these slides have the little FDA disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. But the chemical constituents have been all shown to do these various things in the body. So the unique combination of these essential oils in the DDR blend support the body and cellular process. So this is a representation of a cell, right? And this is how the DDR prime comes in and helps support and repair. This is what Renee was talking about before, the apoptosis. So it will either, your cells need that proper apoptosis, right? Renee, I'm gonna have you go through and explain that again since we're on the slide.
So if your DNA is beyond repair, if the cell is beyond repair, it causes apoptosis, which is cellular death, which I just like, let's get those bad cells done and gone and out. And it helps promote only healthy cells regenerating. So that is a good thing.
Right. So it's like either repair yourself or get out of here. Okay. So takeaways are support your body with proper health and nutrition to allow your body to support your cells naturally. Because the more you can support yourself at a cellular level, the better your overall health will be. So, as always, thank you for joining us for class today. Watch for our classes on Eventbrite and Facebook, and let us know what we can do to help support you and your cellular function. Any last words, Rone, before I stop the recording?
Thank you. This is always an amazing class, and you did a great job. Sorry that I'm a little robot-y or
It's all good.
it was awesome.
Perfect.